Hi everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. If you're like me, a lot of us are binge watching Netflix and watching YouTube videos, and we're probably eating some comfort foods. So today's recipe, I just wanted to make something light. So the theme today is lighten up, and we have a wonderful harvest chicken salad with some greens, chickens, apples, mandarins, dried cranberries and nuts, and a tangy homemade mustard dressing. You're gonna love it. I'm gonna start off by slicing some romaine lettuce I have. And I was watching some recipes on YouTube, and I saw people growing their own lettuce. So I'm gonna save the end of my romaine lettuce and plant it and see if I can regrow it. On our bed of lettuce, we're gonna add some leftover chicken. We always have leftover chicken, don't we, Han? Yeah. So here's 2 cups of cut up leftover chicken, and we're gonna add some celery, make it a little crunchy. Throw that on top of our salad, and I have a little bit of extra here. And we're going to add some red onion. I'm gonna chop that with the food chopper right in the cap and take out that frustration of being home for 8 weeks now. If you're like me, sometimes when you go out for dinner, you order a big dinner salad. I love a chicken, beet, and goat cheese salad at a couple of restaurants here in Brockville. They're amazing. So this is like that, only there's no beet and there's no goat cheese in it. We are going to add some dried cranberries, make it even more colorful. The recipe calls for pecans, but I don't have pecans, I have almonds. And I'm gonna wedge an apple. So this tool does 10 wedges, but I wanna give you a little tip about picking apples. If you go to the grocery store and you don't have to buy your apples in a bag already and you get to hand pick your apples, I want you to look at the very bottom of the apple. That little flower, when it's closed tightly, means that the apple is firmer. If that little flower is wide open, it has started to rot from the core out and you can't really tell. This tool, center it on the apple and push it straight down, and we get that beautiful 10 wedges, and then you put your thumbs on the core, and I use this to make potato wedges. You can use it on a pear, and you can use it on cucumbers. You probably never would have thought of using this type of tool on a cucumber, but slice the top and bottom off of a piece of cucumber, slide it down, and you've got those nice long cucumber spears. If you like to make icicle pickles, then that's the perfect tool for that. Do you know what kind of apples throw the best parties, Hannah? Galas!
Oh, well, yeah.
Next, we're gonna make a homemade tangy orange mustard dressing. So you can make homemade dressing. It's so simple. We have some mayo in the measure-all cup. Throw that in there. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of a grainy mustard, and we're going to throw in 1 clove of garlic, probably the only time I'm only gonna use 1 clove of garlic in a recipe instead of 2, but we don't wanna overpower the dressing. And we're gonna add some orange zest and some orange juice. When you're zesting in any kind of citrus fruit, you want to make sure that you only get the colorful outside of the fruit. So this is a zester, and you can pull it across the fruit this way. You don't want to get to that bitter white part underneath. Do you know what that's called, Hannah?
No.
The pith. And you don't want your recipe to taste like pith, so don't go too deep. You just want the colorful part on the outside of your fruit. Serrated knife, give that a cut. Thank you for the beautiful orange, Danielle. My niece Danielle brought this for me. And we're just gonna squeeze it. When you're making homemade dressing, you always put your creamy ingredients in first, and then you add the acid, whether it's vinegar, in this case it's orange juice. The citrus will help it emulsify and stay together. You need a little bit of sugar, and I have this great little mini whipper that as I add the orange juice to the dressing, stir it quickly while the orange juice goes in. Can you smell it, Hannah? Mm-hmm. It's very orangey. So I would make this type of dressing and put it on my salad, and then whatever I didn't use, I would pop into a mason jar in my fridge. And then we're gonna garnish it with some mandarin oranges. I brought out my can opener. A smooth edge can opener makes all the difference. I have been in over 1,000 kitchens doing Pampered Chef cooking shows, and I have seen some pretty scary can openers that have a little bit of cat food, a little bit of mushroom soup, a little bit of tuna stuck in it, and it's rusty and it's not good. This type of can opener you set on the top of your can, and it uncrimps the lid, so it pulls it back. And that gives us a smooth lid and a smooth can. It has tiny little Tweety Bird lips, pliers on that end. We put it on the cap, push the button, and pull up. This is smooth and this is smooth. So if you have little hands that like to help with recycling, then this is a great can opener to have for that. So I have a little can strainer to put over top of the can, and put a few segments on top. Step away from the chips and all those unhealthy snack foods that you've been snacking on. Have something light and delicious and beautiful for your lunch today. Harvest chicken salad.